Thanks for the support as a channel member, Daniel Ship. No, I agree. You were really clear. You were really clear in your pre-season expectations. You want me to play attacking football and counter-attacking football. I get it. I don't know how to do it. You can't do both, Mrs Wearmouth. See what I can do. Hello and welcome to part 10 of Homegrown. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two matches for you in the league. We're playing Needham Market and Stourbridge. Since you were last with me, after a little bit of a wobble, a draw and a defeat early on, we have started scoring goals and winning football matches, which is very nice to see, which puts us currently second in the league, 19 points on the board, 1 point behind Bromsgrove Sporting, and like I say, looking pretty solid for the start of the season, with a squad that we know is largely going to be here for the rest of the year, although some of them will leave occasionally, as Zach McCartney has done. He's gone off to go and play for Bradford under-23s, although he's actually started two games for them, one league game, one cup game in League Two. This is a lad who couldn't really get on our bench. That suggests we've recruited quite well for attacking players. I'm on board with it. But he's the only one who's left since the last episode. There were a lot of deadline day offers for Kieran Hodgkinson and Harrison Davis, but they were all offering no fee, but we'll play a friendly and give you a sell on. Well, I'll just keep them for another year. If there's no fee, I honestly don't see the motivation of letting them go. We are starting to lose a little bit of money, and the projection doesn't look too clever. So I guess money becomes even more important the further into this we get. Hopefully that can be Mrs Wearmouth's problem. That feels like something she can sort out. What I want to know is, where are all these grants we were getting last year that were solving all these problems? We got £440,000 worth of grants last year. This year we've had 50. We probably are on course to get the same number of grants as we had last year. The big difference this year, of course, is our wage bill is now much higher than it was last year. If we have a look at, where's actual player wages? Why can't I see that on here anywhere? Yeah, player wages. So last year, in the entirety of last season, we spent £8,000 on player wages. This year, bearing in mind it's the 4th of September, this season we've already spent £22,000 on player wages. That's a difference maker right there, boys and girls. And we spent last year we spent £176,000 on staff wages and £8,000 on player wages. No wonder the players don't like me. Me and the backroom staff, which, by the way, is obscenely large for a team of our size. If we have a look at all of the staff that we've got. Mrs Wearmouth, what are you doing? We're all there eating our foie gras and our caviar and our prawn sandwich trifle, which I imagine is a thing. And we're getting chauffeured to games in diamond encrusted limousines, and the players get a fiver if they score. I think it's fair. These are all part-time jobs for us as well. I mean, some of these part-time salaries, okay, I get £825 a week part-time. I can go and do a real job the rest of the week. I am loaded. Amazing stuff. So this is the team for the game against Needham Market. We're going with Wright in goal, a back four of Agungbo, Davis, Mir and Cisse, Slam Dunk Davey, Kieran Hodgkinson and Whitaker in midfield, and Pritchard and Beerith up front. This is the first time playing Beerith alongside Pritchard. They both want to be target men. I'm not sure how well suited they're going to be to playing together. We're going to discover that today. But like I mentioned in the last episode, we're looking for combinations of strikers to work out who's going to play where. Poor old Whitaker, because he mentioned on his first day, I can play right wing if you want. He is our right midfielder now, so he's stuck forever playing there. But the other three, we are rotating around to see what combination we want to use them in. Kieran Hodgkinson, similar situation to Whitaker really, is stuck in midfield, and he'll remain there until we can come up with a better midfielder. We knew we were going to be playing players out of position. Luckily, neither of them seemed to mind too much. Right, go out there, carry on where you finished off the last game. Let's see if we can continue on this little run. I think it's 5 straight wins we're on at the moment. It's been a encouraging start to the season, despite the defeat against St Ives early on. Whittaker's done well there and did so well until the finish, to put that in Football Manager terminology. And he really did. I mean, if he wants to try and convince me that he's a striker and not a winger, he probably wants to do a little bit better when he gets into those kind of positions, because all he's told me there is, yeah, he should absolutely be crossing and never shooting. Davis has hit the post there, and then the ball's bounced. I think that hit the post twice. I think it was post, goalkeeper, back into post again, and then the goalkeeper collected it up at the second time of asking. But Needham Market with a little bit of a get out of jail there, and then very nearly, I mean, that's a bigger chance than any we've had in that game. It's only given them a 0.16 on their XG, but it looked like a very big opportunity. Yes, thank you, Mark. I know Terrell Whittaker's playing out of position. We had that we've had that conversation, Mark. We were just talking about that. I mean, I don't know which one of them's more frustrating, him or his wife. They're both just always in my ear. Goodness me. I'd love to know his thoughts on how we play attacking and counter-attacking at the same time, as we've been asked to do. Pritchard's in here, and that's a very good save from the Needham goalkeeper. And as we approach the final minute or so before half-time, we've got an opportunity to take the lead. Davey with the corner. Pritchard's there, and his header goes just over. It is going to be 0-0 at half-time, methinks. Banging news. I don't remember if we talked about the banging in a recent Home episode or a recent Non-League to Legend episode. As you'll know if you watch all of my content, which you should, because these story threads traverse series. They even come up on stream. You got to watch everything to know what I'm talking about all the time. But as you'll know, my neighbours moved out the other day after 3 months of me living here. They couldn't stand it anymore. The neighbours who I basically talk into, this house there, they couldn't stand me. They've moved. But there's been decorators and stuff in there for the last few days now. And yesterday they were painting. Today they're hammering stuff. I don't know what they need to be hammering. How much hammering is involved in decorating a house? It is an empty house that nobody's living in. What is he hammering? But he's hammering something. He's in there giving it a good old dunk, dunk, dunk. Why is hammering always done in threes? I'm not a handyman. That's not the day job that I have with my £825 a week as home manager. With that kind of salary, I can afford to pay someone to do my hammering for me. I don't know why it's done in threes though. Slam Dunk's just scored. It's his third goal of the season to open the scoring, and it is lovely knowing Slam Dunk is in for the year. Beerith does quite well to dink the ball over the top to him. I'm not convinced by Beerith and Pritchard playing together. I think this is probably going to be the only time. Oh, hang on. Now I don't know if the handymen could hear me or not. Doorbell ringing. It wasn't them. It was the postman, thankfully. But I had to go out there I'm wearing shorts. Obviously, I'm wearing shorts. I just had to answer the door, take a parcel, and there's two guys stood on the back of a trailer. They gave me a look. I wonder if they can hear me. Their bangings. I love banging in threes. I wish there was more banging, if anything. Right near my car. Oh, my car. They're going to bang in threes onto the side of my car now as punishment for dissing them on the internet. They're doing a lovely job decorating that house. Beautiful colour. Love a bit of magnolia. Right. Substitution time. We are going to... I was going to take off Pritchard. I'll take off Beerif because Pritchard's just scored. And we're going to bring Barton on. You know what? That's not what we're going to do. We're going to give Hodgkinson a go up front again. So we're going to stick him up there. And we're going to bring Hartshawn on in midfield. And we'll bring Van der Laan on in there as well. Continuing his conversion into a central midfielder. Hodgkinson, I think, is a pressing forward. Oh, he can do advanced forward as well. It's that rare that we play him up front. I don't really know how he does it. But we'll get him on up with Pritchard with a that's a depressing thing. Pritchard and Hodgkinson have a combined age younger than me. As a strike partnership, their combined age is 34. They're not just younger than me. They're a walking, talking school-age child younger than me. I don't want to play anymore. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, when I need better moisturizer. I need my moisturizer to actually change the date on my driving license. Right. Right. It is right to take the free kick. Pritchard's in here. Just square it to Hodgkinson. I mean, why would you not just slot that across to your little buddy alongside you? Final change. What have we got on the bench? Liss can come on to play at right back. Why not? Bromsgrove. Look, Bromsgrove are winning again. They're beating Barwell. They look like they're going to take some. I was going to say catching. We're only 1 point behind them. They're going to take some competing with this year. Although it looks like they've just conceded an equaliser as I'm talking about them. It looked like we'd just gone to the top of the league just as we score our third goal. Once again, huge threat from set pieces. Yeah, there's your confirmation down there that we have just moved up above Bromsgrove. So presumably there was an equaliser. Pritchard is such a threat from these set pieces. If you're managing in non-league and you don't have anyone who's 6'5", do yourself a favour. Just sign a 6'5" player. Doesn't matter what position he plays, and he can even be your goalkeeper. Just get someone that tall and stick him on the near post at corners. It's going to be worth 20 goals a season for you. Right, we are top of the league. We are now playing Stourbridge, who are in the relegation zone. So fingers crossed, another win incoming. Right, no changes for the Stourbridge game. We're going with Beerith again. I feel like I need to fit him in the team somehow. He doesn't really fit. We'll give him one more go, otherwise Barton comes in for the next game. It wasn't that he played poorly, it's just that he didn't really play as well as Barton often does. But it won't do Barton any harm to sit a few games out, have a little bit of a rest, come out fresh as a daisy. And Bromsgrove have already scored in their game. That's ridiculous. It almost feels unsporting. And they're called Bromsgrove Sporting. But it's like they're setting out to try and beat us, which just seems a little bit unfair. Cisse with the header ends up with Hodgkinson. Pritchard's there, and he needs to do a little bit better with that. He's a big lad. We've mentioned that before. He's not. If I could change one thing about him, I'd make him a little bit better in the air. Slam dunk with the free kick from the edge of the area, forces the save out of the Stourbridge goalkeeper, and we've got a corner. And this is where Pritchard, of course, comes into his own. Hodgkinson looking to swing that into the near post. Pritchard's there. And for the second time in the first 20 minutes of this game, he can't keep his header down. He's just heading him straight. You're taller than the goal. You can't just head him straight, Danny, for goodness sake. Wearmouth's in there again telling me all about Whittaker's playing in the wrong position. You're the assistant manager, Mark. You do the training. Train him to play on the right-hand side of the midfield. If he's accomplished on the right wing, you can't tell me that he can't play on the right-hand side of midfield. They're the same. Beerith with the flick on, but both Pritchard and Beerith looking to do flick ons. Neither of them that keen to chase the ball once it's been flicked on. Whittaker just, I want to play in between the two of them. The goals I'd score. In fact, he's going to force his way in between the two of them now, and then once again show me why he shouldn't be playing up front, because he's all mouth and no trousers. No end product from Whittaker. Runs and runs and runs and then hits it wide. Doesn't seem to try and cross or get into a position where he'll actually score from. The sooner he becomes a proper winger, the better. Pritchard intercepts here, plays it into the path of Beerith, and this is where our lack of pace in these front two could cause problems, although Beerith has just kind of ambled into the penalty area nice and casually and got himself fouled. We've got a penalty, 39 minutes on the clock. It's going to be Mir to take the penalty, and he scores to put us 1-0 up, and that should put us back up above Bromsgrove again. He doesn't have a U after his Q. Is that allowed? I'm not sure how I feel about that. 1-0 though. That's thrown me. Have I ever seen a Q without a U after it before? Right. I'm done. It's broken me. Still room for improvement. I'm sat here trying to stop myself going into my rant about why Q is an unnecessary letter. I'm not going to do it. I'm keeping it to myself. We love Qs, really. I'm British. I have to love Qs. Cisse plays it across to Hodgkinson, who finds Beerith, who plays it all the way back to Cisse again, and then the ball over the top for Beerith, who's got Pritchard in the middle. If you can find the cross, Whittaker with the cross, Pritchard's there and shoots just wide. Once again, Pritchard's targeting system seems a little bit off today. I think we're probably going to take Beeriff off any time now and get Barton back into the front too, where if he had, with a little bit of luck, I'll remember to keep him there for the rest of the season. Now, I'm trying to hit the tactics button, but my mouse wasn't cooperating with me. Right, Barton's going to come on and play up front. Teddy Davey is going to come off for Vanderlaan. We're going to do a 3. We're going to take Hodgkinson off for Hartshorn as well. We'll get those 3 substitutions made. We're going to drop a little bit of encouragement because, like I said, Stourbridge are in the relegation zone. This is a game you would hope to win. They're now trying to cheat their way to victory with 3 up front, which they're swapping around a lot. I like the fact we can see the combination of 3 they're playing. A target man, a poacher, and a deep lying forward. Well, see, I'd have my target man in between the 3. In fact, I'd have either of the other 2 in the middle there. That's why they didn't score. It's a hard-fought 1-0. That's one of those games where we didn't play well, but we've managed to grind out a win, which hopefully, promotion form, as the cliches go. There we end the episode. Top of the league. And we will go and blast through a bunch more games now before coming back tomorrow. It is tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. We are going to do a weekend episode this week as well. So look forward to that. Hopefully we get an FA Cup. See, October is the month of the cups. So cups coming up. Probably get all the cups out of the way. Then comes... In fact, we'll come back for Bromsgrove. Sorted. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.